Welcome back to ELH4X4 doing stuff. This is window frame part 5, I think. But anyway, I was prepping the surface of the old windshield, and we're going to use this as a practice thing. Anyway, as I was scraping off the sealant, I came across some of that action. This is the driver's side, and this is where we were leaking. You can totally see where the rust had lifted off of the frame, separating the sealant off of the window frame. So all I'm going to do is just continue to prep this, and then my son and I are going to do a couple practice installs and waiting on the windshield to show up. Alright, we just got the windshield in. I packed it pretty good. That edge looks pretty good. Somewhat of a green. Yeah, it looks green on screen. Somewhat of a green colored glass and a tint. No chips on the edges. All right, no chip on the edge. All right. So it showed up undamaged, which is always a nice thing. Now I can put this away, and then we can start doing some practice. Although I think we'll have to do a measurement on the glass thickness. That way when we're setting up for our trim, we know how thick our spacers need to be that hold the windshield off of the frame. All right, I'm going to move to installing clips. We're going to use the upper molding to line up the placement of the clips that go in the middle. I'll use a paint marker to kind of see where the clips go. There's a part number for that. You don't need, I think it's 10. Yeah, you don't need the 10 screws. I think it's only 6. Because there's no screw holes in the middle from the factory. I mean, you can drill holes and screw it in place, but that's not what the factory did. And these are going to go right on this edge, and they clip into the molding, or the molding clips into these little clips, the molding retainers. So we'll get those screwed in. And then mark where the other ones go. I still need to get adhesive. And I got adhesives that don't require primers. But I think I'm going to get a primer anyway and maybe put it on the windshield, because the windshield is clear on the edge. There are side moldings. Right, so if we can, I don't know what side this one is. All right, once we get the windshield in place, we'll see what the overhang is. And whether or not we want to kind of darken that area. So, just some things to think about. You know, it is a cheap windshield. It's not a factory replacement windshield or anything like that. It's kind of hard to get windshields from people. Alright. I'm going to put like maybe some sealer on the threads where these retaining clips go. That way it prevents water or whatever getting in there. I'm just going to use some gasket material, some silicone. I think that was the one. A little bit of technical difficulties. I'm going to get the original clips. I should have did that anyway. and made sure that they were the same. Hold on. They look to be about the same. That's not saying much. I mean, I can barely see what I'm looking at anyway, so. All right, let's see which holes are which. All right, so this hole the ones that have like a little oval, those are used. So it's going to be some different holes. Okay. When I was taking the other one off, it was tightened down and on an angle. So I don't want to do that. I want to kind of put it on there as straight as possible. All right, and I'm just going to load the thread up with some silicone, the back of it. That's lining up. So really it only looks like 4. The 2 corner pieces are the only ones that are actually screwed in. And then the other ones are going to be set in place while the windshield is being installed. All right, I'm going to do the other side, and then we'll get the trim kind of set in place and mark where the other clips or retainers are going to go. All right, what we're going to do here is we're going to kind of set the molding, you know, clip it in place. Not all the way. Don't send it home all the way just right now. See over there. All right, we'll do some measurements. Can you see that? All right. Okay, yeah, that's close enough. Yeah, I'm talking about like about a 1/16 of an inch, less than that. All right, measure twice. Or 3 times. Get it in the ballpark. Yeah, okay. So then, now that we got, let's get you. So now that we got our trim somewhat put in place, we look for the tabs. All right. We can see the tabs for our molding, and then we can mark with a paint marker where the other tabs are going to go, other retaining clips. All right, so that's what I'm going to do. All right, you get the idea. All right, we got our marks. So we got to mark here, 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 and here. So we could screw it in place. Or possibly maybe use some adhesive like the silicone, set it in place, and let the windshield glue hold it in. So that's probably what I'm going to do. I don't know. All right, but I mean, we're pretty much at a stopping point right here. I might as well just show you. All right, all I'm doing is, where are we at here? Putting some silicone. And just placing it where we left our mark. A little bit of silicone. And putting it on our mark. Just like that. Okay. There we go.